Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Claudine.
We're here today to finally talk about the Affordable Care Act.
And that's why I have 2 thumbs up today. Finally.
Obamacare.
Oh, yeah.
We've been putting this off
For a while.
Yeah. But I think we've made sense of some very important topics with Obamacare regarding penalties and IRS tax debts.
Yeah, I also have been in denial that this exists. I just, when when this proposed, I remember I was in a tax conference and the people were like, oh, this is such a this is a great thing for the tax industry. The IRS is going to get into healthcare. And I'm looking around and I'm like, you guys are crazy. This is not going to work well. No, this isn't going to help us. Mm-hmm. Okay, because the first rule of having a business is you need to have clients who can pay you money. This is going to make everyone broke. This isn't a good thing. Let's
have the medical... Let's have this run by which department?
Yeah.
IRS.
IRS will
Let's put them in charge
administer
of
Obamacare. So they were, and I was also in denial. There's no freaking way this stupid thing's going to pass. There's no way. And so it did. And we've been watching it unroll and the disaster that it is, a complete disaster. Mm-hmm. But it's sort of swept under the carpet, but except if you're one of the people hammered with the Obamacare penalties. You know it.
Yep.
You're like, what the hell is this crap?
So Obamacare imposes a penalty on individuals if they don't carry health insurance and don't qualify for an exemption.
Right.
And the penalty amount, wow.
Yeah.
2016 is not looking bright and sunny.
No, it goes up to a maximum of $2,085, and that's way up from $975 of 2015. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy, and it adds this, to maybe you do qualify for an Obamacare exemption. The only thing is it might cost you some money to find out if you can't afford to pay Obamacare because you need to have your taxes prepared correctly.
Yep.
So have the money you don't have to get health care, take that money you don't have to hire someone to do your tax return to see if you have an Obamacare exemption. So I would say, thank you, Obama, for your sacrifice. That's what I would say.
Now, the penalty is called the Shared Responsibility Payment, or SRP.
As if they couldn't think of a more creepy thing to come up with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now the IRS is in charge of administering assessment and collection of the SRP.
Yeah.
But due to how the law was written, the IRS doesn't have the same ability to collect an SRP as it does with unpaid income taxes.
Yeah.
So how would they collect an SRP?
An unpaid income tax, the IRS can levy. Mm-hmm. They can send garnishments to people who owe you money. They can go to your bank accounts, your employer. Not so with the SRP. They're only limited to say, and pretty much, if you have a refund coming to you, to grab it.
Yes.
Yeah, so and that's what they can do.
I'm wondering, people sometimes confuse us with the IRS, IRSMedic, and we do get requests from people, where's my refund?
I should have thought of that, huh? Yeah.
Where's my refund? And I'm thinking, when we got today, the woman said, you're saying I owe taxes, IRS, and where's my refund? And I actually responded to her. They're probably just taking your refund if they think that you owe something.
The IRS does have that on irs.gov. You can say, where's my refund? It's one thing you can look for it. So if you're not getting it, it could be because of an Obamacare penalty that maybe you don't know about. And then we did see that the IRS scam letter, it was an Obamacare penalty that they said, oh, here, you owe it. It wasn't actually a thing. And it's a great scam because it is so complicated to know what is real and what's not. Mm-hmm. Wait, you're penalizing me because I didn't buy something? What? That can't be right. Mm-hmm. It's right.
All right. So when it comes to tax debts and, SRP, both installment agreements and offer and compromise, we know. So say you have an offer and compromise accepted. If you incur a new tax debt, it can default that program.
Yeah.
But what about Obamacare?
Yeah. So this is, every time we get an offer and compromise accepted for a client, or when we're considering an offer and compromise for somebody, we're going to look at their history to say, hey, have you been in compliance with the tax code for a while? Do you have that ability? Because, look, we might even win this offer and compromise. We might get it settled. But here's the thing. If you're not in compliance and there's a good chance that you're going to run up a new debt, not file something when you should, maybe you don't want to file an offer and compromise. Maybe you want to do something different. Because if 5 years you do something wrong, the entire amount you settled comes roaring back. It resurrects and it comes back. So that was my first question I had was, well, what the hell is going to happen with this SRP?
Yep.
It's an IRS debt the IRS can't levy, but it's an IRS debt. Is that going to be something that will default an offer in compromise that is accepted and paid? Will it default an installment agreement that you're currently accepted on? And now we finally got an answer, and our answer didn't come from the law, I guess. It came from the IRS's policy.
Mm-hmm. And we've got a few different examples here. We'll start with, let's say you have an existing installment agreement and you incur additional SRP penalties only. What happens?
It's still good. They're not going to default you.
Okay. But they will intercept your refunds to get
right.
that SRP.
That's right.
You have an existing installment agreement and you incur an SRP and new tax liabilities.
Okay. In this case, you're going to be defaulted for the tax liabilities. Now, this is what happens, so it gets a little interesting. Now you have to renegotiate something, or you're going to have to deal with the IRS enforced collections. Mm-hmm. When you renegotiate that, now you're going to have to include that SRP in your tax debt and negotiate that. So now you're going to be paying it, even though the IRS would have been limited to intercepting your refunds. Now they can lump it in to what you owe.
Got it. Okay, so let's say you owe taxes and an SRP and you want to get an offer in compromise. If
Right.
you're negotiating taxes with an offer in compromise, can you include the SRP in with your back taxes, and should you?
Yeah, you can, and you should, because why not? You're going to pay the same amount for your offer. Mm-hmm. You know, the way an offer generally works is that it doesn't really how much you owe. It doesn't matter how much you owe. Mm-hmm. It matters what you can afford to pay. So whether the tax debt's $100,000, $200,000, $200,097, it's going to be the same offer. So you're going to want to include that.
And I like what you said. It's better off to owe the IRS nothing than something.
Yeah, even if they're just limited in how they collect it, get rid of it. Now, of course, might be running up more debts, SRP debts in future years if this wonderful law doesn't get repealed.
All right, last but not least, you had an offer in compromise accepted, but you've just been assessed with an SRP. Will this SRP default your offer in compromise?
No, it will not.
Okay, good for now.
For now, right, because this is all IRS policy. Mm-hmm. This all came about because the Taxpayer Inspector General was looking into this. Hey, guys, there doesn't seem to be a real policy you have on this. Is this going to default or not? Mm-hmm. And the IRS says, okay, this is what we've come up with. So that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. All right. Well, if you need help with a tax problem, don't hesitate to contact us at 888-727-8796 or info@IRSMedic.com. Your information will be kept confidential. You can also check out IRSMedic.com for more information. You can like and comment below, and make sure you subscribe so you get more awesome tax updates about awful tax things. Thanks for watching. IRSMedic, the law offices of Parent LLP. Real tax attorneys for tough tax problems.